Hi everyone, I'm Cashell Robinson, your local real estate expert, helping people just like you relocate and thrive in Cedar City. If you're a first-time home buyer, this video is your ultimate no-fluff guide to home ownership in our incredible community. I'm going to cover the hidden cost of renting and the secret of low monthly payment, and the $20,000 grant that you absolutely need to know about. Before we dive into the details, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and ring that bell so you don't miss that next video on Cedar City living. And if you're serious about buying, the first link in the description is to my free comprehensive first-time buyer checklist. Download it and follow along with this video. We offer the quintessentials Southern Utah lifestyle, the majestic mountains, and the vibrant art scene, anchored by the Tony Award-winning Utah Shakespeare Festival and the energy of Southern Utah University. But here's the crucial difference: affordability. While our neighbors of the South, St. George, have seen prices skyrocket lately, the median home price is still within reach. And while the market is competitive, the median days on the market is around 75 days right now. This gives us a crucial window for being strategic, securing financing, and finding the perfect property. This is where you can truly get your foot in the door and start building the life you love without the crushing price tag like other Utah cities and other out-of-state towns. Let's talk about the money, because this is the core of your decision. It's the difference between building wealth and simply funding somebody else's retirement. When you pay the average rent of $1,500 in Cedar City, 100% of that money is expense. It's gone forever. It pays the landlord's mortgage, their property taxes, their insurance. It is a one-way transaction that builds absolutely zero equity for you. Now, let's talk about the alternative: owning a $300,000 townhome. Your total monthly mortgage payment, which is typically interest, taxes, insurance, mortgage insurance, or PITI, comes to about $2,156. At a glance, that may look higher than rent, and it is, but here's the secret that changes everything. $262 of that payment goes directly to paying down your principal. That money coming back to you as equity. It is a forced saving plan. The philosophy between it is profound. When you pay rent, you're making your landlord rich. When you pay your mortgage, you're making yourself rich. You are converting an expense into an asset. And that is the fundamental principle of wealth creation. The biggest hurdle for first-time home buyers is always the down payment. People assume that you need 20%, but in Utah, we have an incredible program that shatters that myth. The Utah Housing Corporation is your best friend in this process. They offer first-time home loans with up to 6% in down payment assistance. Think about that. 6% of your loan amount can be used to cover your 3.5% FHA down payment and most of your closing costs. This means you get into a home with very little out-of-pocket cash. But here's the real game changer. This is something you absolutely must research. The Utah First Time Home Buyer Assistance Program, or SB 240. This program offers $20,000. That's right, you heard me. $20,000 zero interest deferred loans. It's essentially a grant that doesn't need to be paid back until you sell or refinance the home. The catch is that it must be used for new construction homes, which we all know we have plenty of those here in Cedar City. If you are open to a new build, this grant can be a massive advantage, effectively wiping out your payment and closing costs entirely. We are talking about $20,000 in assistance. Don't leave this money on the table. We work with lenders who specialize in these exact Utah specific programs, so we can connect you with the right people and make sure you're qualified. Now let's bring it all together and get that magical number of 1,194. This is the housing hack strategy, and it's how smart buyers in Cedar City are making homeownership cheaper than renting. That is how smart buyers in Cedar City are making home ownership cheaper than renting. The idea is simple. You buy a home with an extra bedroom or basement apartment and you rent out the space. Even a conservative estimate of $700 a month in rent offsets from one roommate dramatically changes your financial picture. Let's look at the math again. So your gross mortgage is $2,156. You subtract $700 in the rent offset, your net out of pocket costs is now $1,456. You already pay less than the average $1,500 a month in rent, but we're not done. Remember that $262 in equity you build every month? When you subtract the forced savings from your net cost, your true effective cost to own a home is just $1,194. That is $306 less than the average rent here in Cedar City. You are living cheaper, you are building wealth, and you are gaining a massive financial advantage over your peers who are still renting. This strategy is a perfect tool for the first time homebuyer, and it's how you win in the market. So, you have knowledge and you have the numbers. What do you do next? This is a non negotiable. Step one, get pre approved. This is a non negotiable. It tells you exactly what you can afford, shows sellers you are serious, and allows us to move quickly when the right property hits the market. Step two, find a local realtor. You need a local expert who knows the DPA programs, the best neighborhoods for housing hacks, and the Cedar City market. That's where I come in. I specialize in helping first time homebuyers navigate the exact market and avoid common pitfalls. Common pitfalls to avoid? Don't shop for homes before you're pre approved. You will fall in love with a house you can't afford, or you will miss out on a perfect opportunity because you weren't ready to make an offer. Get pre approved. Don't let another month of rent go to waste. The path of homeownership in Cedar City is clear, and it is more affordable than you think. You now have the knowledge and the numbers. Click the first link in the description to download my free comprehensive first time buyer checklist and schedule a free consultation with me. Let's turn your $1,500 rent payment into $1,194 investment for your future.